Dopest community was popping, was popping. Y'all see it. It's Tara Reid. We ain't had Tara Reid up here in a minute. Big salute to the homie Joshbintrappin. He said he hasn't seen anybody react to this song on YouTube. So I'm like, why not get it out here? Start digging in the crates for some Tara Reid, man. So this one right here, I was curious about the name, so I went ahead and started doing research on it. It says the Chernobyl disaster began on the 26th of April 1986 with the explosion of number 4 reactor of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant near the city of Pripyat, northern Ukraine, near the Belarus border in the Soviet Union. It is one of the only 2 nuclear energy accidents rated at the maximum severity on the International Nuclear Event Scale. The other being in 2011, Fukushima nuclear accident. The response involved more than 500,000 personnel and the cost of an estimated 18 billion rubles, around US 68 billion in 2019. It remains the worst nuclear disaster in history and is the costliest disaster in human history when an estimated cost of US 700 billion. That is crazy right there, man. Crazy title. I just feel like I had to let you guys know in case anybody was curious like I was before we watched this video, to keep that in mind. Much love and much respect and my condolences to anybody that lost their life, everybody that lost their life in this disaster, and then people that are still dealing with the trauma of it as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into this with Tara Reid, Chernobyl, and see what's popping. Appreciate you guys showing up as always. Let's get it.
What if I want to have sex before I get married?
Well, I guess you just have to be prepared to die.
Motherfucking brain bug. I'm done giving hugs, done giving a fuck about a set of buns or the bitch they belong to. Spreading nose like fumes, how about the dark and twist you like a Rubik's Cube? Ain't represent, ain't got a jet, no chain yet, but I'll cut your legs off and wear them around my neck so you can crawl your bitch ass all the way back to mommy and tell her all about the human tsunami. Who the fuck is next up at the end of my bed? Then ask yourself, I never break. Got moves like that while I'm up here with a lip, cooking bitches like garlic shrimp. You fuck around and catch a prick to your lip, cause I don't play that shit, bitch. Got me down, I bet you miss, cause it's the 666 anthem mixtape from HE double hockey sticks. And what the fuck is this? You probably spent the whole label check on your wrist. In other news, the views are still huge and filled with soon to be doomed, confused goons with loose screws and skewed views on life tools and whatever else. Using kitty loving out is the better they sell. Well, here's a news flash, it's 2017 and we ain't dead yet, but a bitch in the back row could be gone any second. Go ahead and eat the bread you calling body of Christ and sacrifice your life. You're burning hell if you don't act right. This shit's a fucking scam and half the nation's brainwashed. Time to separate the wicked ones at all costs. You lost, bitch, and so are your kids. Your closed-minded simple thoughts about to be the shit that ends all this. It's all a lie. There's no magic guy in the sky waiting for you when you die. So open your eyes. Is you high? I mean, I should fucking know. I've already died 5 times. I swear to shit. Matter of fact, make it 6.
You know, people don't even want to know the truth. People don't want to know the truth in the Bible. You want to turn the channel? Go ahead, fool. Turn the channel. If you want to learn something about God, shut your mouth and listen to me for a minute.
Let me say something about Harry Potter. Warlocks are enemies of God. And I don't care what kind of hero they are, they're an enemy of God. And had it been in the Old Testament, Harry Potter would have been put to death.
Do you believe in evolution?
No.
What do you believe?
That God created the world.
Who told you that?
My parents.
Yeah, so that right there was Chernobyl. Hey, man, so this, first and foremost, man, the beat is insane, man. He was going in on the beat and everything. And like I ain't know, well, my intro to this video, I thought it had something to do with that because of the title, the Chernobyl crisis and all that stuff, but it doesn't have anything to do with that. Maybe it does, or maybe he's using it as a metaphor as far as the population goes. But he's just talking about different stuff. Obviously, you know, he's talking about his take on religion and everything, and like, you know, how he feels about it from his own perspective and all that stuff. So let's go and get into it, right? So it says in the beginning, there's just a little skit, and it says, what if I want to have sex before I get married? Well, I guess you just have to be prepared to die. So that's how the joint starts. And then Tara Reid, you know, he just comes through. He's like, your motherfucking brain bug. I'm done giving hugs. done giving a fuck about a set of buns or the bitch they belong to. Like, I don't give a fuck about a bitch or a fat ass. All right, spreading news like fumes. How about the dark and twist you like a Rubik's Cube? You know, obviously he's gonna twist you, he's gonna get at you. Ain't rep a set, ain't got a jet, no chain yet, but I'll cut your legs off and wear them around my neck. That right there is some crazy stuff right there, man. I'm gonna cut your legs off and rock them around my neck like a chain. Like he just has really creative bars, so he can crawl your bitch ass all the way back to mommy and tell her about the human tsunami, you know, because he twisted her like a Rubik's Cube and all that stuff and all that other shit. Wow, right there. This track came out in 2017 too, man. Terry Reid was over there doing his thing. So he's like, who the fuck is the next to bite the end of my back? Then ask yourself how Terry Reid got moves like that. Well, I'm a pimp with a limp, cooking bitches like garlic shrimp. You know, he's talking about how he's cooking people, he's flaming and everything, and he's a pimp with a limp. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm unorthodox. Yeah, fuck around and catch a brick to your lip, cause I don't play that shit, bitch. Gun me down, I bet you miss, cuz. It's the 666, and then like he had the he had the Biggie joint, man. He had like the Biggie sample, which went hard, man. Oh, never mind. It wasn't Biggie, it was Big L. Yeah, and he was like, it's the 666 in the mix, straight from the HE double hockey sticks. That was like from Big L. Rest in peace, Big L. If you guys are familiar with the channel, you know he's one of my favorite artists of all time. One of my favorite artists, man. Definitely in my top 10. So I like how he used the Big L sample and everything. He was like, you know, I miss you, cuz. And then he said, it's a 666 in the mix from HE double hockey sticks. And the fuck it is. Yeah, probably spent your whole label check on your wrist. Once again, talking about those advances and everything. Same thing that Bones be talking about. What do you say? You probably spent the whole label on your neck, on your wrist. In other news, the pews are still huge and filled with soon to be doomed. Confused goons with loose screws and skewed views. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like thugs that are like confused with like their views are skewed and everything, but they're like, you know, they thugs and everything. So he's like on life tools and whatever else, using kitty loving elders to better themselves. Well, here's a news flash. It's 2017 and we ain't dead yet. So he's talking about people talking about the end of the world and everything and all that other stuff. So he's like, but that bitch in the back row could be gone any second. Go ahead and eat the bread you call in the body of Christ. So now obviously like he's talking about like the church and everything. You know, he's talking about like the Holy Communion and everything. How the wine is the blood and the grape juice / wine is the blood, and then the bread is like the body and everything. He was like, but that bitch in the back row could be gone any second. Go ahead and eat your bread and call it the body of Christ. And sacrifice your life. You'll burn in hell if you don't act right. So he's saying pretty much that's what's taught, that if you're bad, you're going to hell and you're burning. So he's saying like, you know, continue with that. He's like, the shit's a fucking scam and half the nation's brainwashed. Time to separate the wicked ones at all costs. You lost, bitch, and so are your kids. Your closed-minded simple fucks about to be in the shits that ends all of this. It's all a lie. So pretty much, obviously, like Terry Reid is saying, like his stance on Christianity, he doesn't like, you know, follow it or support it and everything. He was like, your closed mind simple fucks about to be the shit. Your closed mind simple fucks about to be the shit that ends all this. It's all a lie. There's no magic guy in the sky waiting for you when you die. So open your eyes. Is you blind? I mean, I shouldn't. He was like, I should. This part right here is crazy. He's like, are you blind? I mean, I should fucking know. I already died like 5 times. I swear this shit. Matter of fact, make it 6. You know, so obviously he's talking about the number 6, and then he's talking about I died 5 times. You know, I died again, make it 6 times. So that's what he's saying right there in the end. And then, you know, then the skit comes through, and the skit is like, you know, people don't even want to know the truth. People don't want to hear the truth in the Bible. Do you want to turn the channel? Go ahead, fool, turn the channel. If you want to learn something about God, shut your mouth and listen to me for a minute. And then he's like, let me say something about Harry Potter. Warlocks are enemies of God, and I don't care what hero they are. They're an enemy of God, and it hadn't been. And if he had been the Old Testament, Harry Potter would have been put to death, you know, based off the Old Testament, the Bible, the stuff Harry Potter was doing. Like, they would look at him like he's a warlock. You know how they were, like, stoning witches and all that stuff back in the day. That's what they're alluding to. And then the part was like, do you believe in evolution? No. What do you believe in? And it said that God created the world. Who told you that? He's like, my parents. So yeah, so he's obviously, he has a stance on religion. He doesn't he doesn't really support it and everything. So that's what he's talking about in this video right here. We already know Tara Reid always is like, he's always thinking about the outside the box. He's always like super edgy and everything. Like he just doesn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like Tara Reid really don't care. And that's how he feels. Like everybody, like I ain't here to tell nobody what to believe in, what not to believe in. Whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel comfortable, whatever makes you find peace, I support it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're like, you know, unless you're one of those predators and everything, I don't support that shit. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, it's like, you know, I like it, whatever makes you happy, whatever brings you peace, whatever you feel you like you need to make yourself a better person, and it is making you a better person, I support it 1000%. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna say this is right, this is wrong. You know, I keep my views to myself. I do a lot of research. I learned a lot of stuff. I've had a lot of experiences that kind of have my brain set the way I look at things. You know what I'm saying? So y'all get it, man. It's like, it's 2024, man. There's so much information out here and so many different things going on. Like, but I just like how people can exist. You know, people could coexist. That's why, like, the whole like religious wars and everything, and people beefing over people with other religions, or people that are atheists beefing with religious people, that shit is whack to me personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's it? You know what I'm saying? If it makes that person's happy, then who cares? But then at the same time, I understand, because some people are saying, well, if you're teaching this to your kid, you know, you're dooming your kid for life. You know, it's like, it's all subjective. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's one big revolving door in my mind. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at things. I don't look too deep into stuff. It's just, the world is the way it is, and we hear, like, the biggest thing for me is love. If love was a religion, I feel like everybody should be part of it. But I feel like it kind of is. Like, you know, when people love each other, like, nothing happens. Wars don't happen, fights don't happen, beefs don't happen, robberies don't happen. None of that stuff happens when people love each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's only the only time like that stuff happens. Let's say you got a whole bunch of people that love each other. The only thing that can really fuck up that love is this thing called fear. Tupac said it. He said fear is stronger than love. He's like, it doesn't, all that love don't matter when someone, you know, when someone's in fear of their life over something with you. You know, like, I'm gonna get rid of you if you know what I'm saying, if you don't give up this person's information. And it's like, because of the fear, 9 times out of 10 the person's gonna give you up. And that's why he's saying fear is stronger than love. Fear ain't better than love, but Pac is saying it's stronger. And I get what he's saying from there, man. Y'all let me know in the comments y'all perspective on this video and everything. And yeah, it was just dope to get something out like this. Big salute to homie Joshbintrappin, man. Protect your peace with your peace. Stay away from negativity and naysayers. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Y'all be easy. Peace.